Hi, my name's Megan. I was born with a transposition of the greater arteries, and I'm here with Josie.
And I'm Josie. So you've said a lot of words here.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So can you please explain a bit? Because I don't think I know.
Yeah, so basically, when I was born, my arteries ran the wrong way, so I was like breathing in carbon dioxide, and breathing out oxygen,
Right.
like a really bad groat.
So it's not
Like,
able to live.
no,
Okay.
yeah. So at 6 days old, I had an arterial switch.
Okay.
Where they switched my main arteries around, and then it's just caused complications, and it's just been a load of fun. It's been
Okay.
great.
So would you be okay to like back up a bit and tell us like, you know, how that happened? Like obviously you were born and then I don't know, did they know you already had that before you were born or like how do you know how the story unfolded?
Yeah, so I only found out recently that the doctors actually knew, but didn't tell my parents. So basically, um, they knew during one of my mum's scans, didn't tell her. I came, hello, hi, and then I think I was 6 days old when I had my first surgery.
So open heart?
Yeah, open heart surgery at 6 days.
Do you have any idea of how like have you been told how that unfolded and
Yeah, so my mum mentioned how when I was asleep, I was looked really blue and like wheezing a lot,
okay.
and the day nurses were like, "No, no, she's fine. It's just that's what
Really?
babies are like." And
Okay.
then the night nurse came in, and my mum mentioned it again. She was basically going on like, "No, I know this is my first kid, but this isn't right." And then the night nurse went, "Okay, well, as soon as she wakes up, we'll have a look at her." And then instantly, I woke up like that.
It's like you knew
Yeah, it's like baby
baby
me.
Megan knew there was
Yeah,
something wrong with her.
and then they were waiting, and for like after checks, and then suddenly one of the nurses rushed in, and said, "Well, who's going in the ambulance with her?" And my parents are like, "What? What are you talking about,
Oh wow,
ambulance?"
that is
And
such a
yeah,
scare for new parents.
yeah, bless my mum,
Oh
bless her.
God. Okay. So
So
you were rushed to the ambulance?
yeah, and I was taken to the Brompton Hospital in London,
Okay, yeah.
and then they did my first open heart surgery.
And so your parents were just told like then and there, we're
Yeah,
gonna do this on your baby and they
yeah,
didn't
they
know.
didn't. No, they didn't even know. They were just like, "Who's going in the ambulance with her?" But then by the time they were getting ready and getting checked out, I'd already gone.
Mm.
So bless them, they've had to. New parents had to like quickly go home, get washed, pack every because I didn't know how long or where it was or whatever. They just knew it was a Brompton and that was it, gone. Like
It's
so,
not you were not from where were you based if you
Essex.
Oh right, I was
So
gonna
yeah,
say.
yeah,
So it's not too far, but it's
Essex
not
girl.
there.
No, it come about. Well, it takes about 2.5 hours drive
Right, okay, so it's
because it's like
it,
other side of
it's a
London.
lot.
Yeah, it's bless him. I
Okay.
feel really bad for him,
And
but
so you had your first surgery at
yeah,
6 days old, which
yeah,
I don't think you remember.
no.
No, but you never know. But do you know what happened afterwards? How were you okay?
Well, I had another load of surgery when I was about 4 or 5 as well,
Okay.
and then because of the lack of oxygen going through my body, I was getting migraines since 2004.
Even after the surgery.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing that can be done. I've asked so many times since I was 2004, so I've been like 9 8 9 years old.
Okay.
Um,
So it's like a
yeah,
chronic migraine kind of.
yeah. It's really bad. Like it comes up with pins and needles in your hands, and like you can't see anything. It's like it's television static in your
Mm.
eyes.
Oh well, I'm
So
sorry to hear that.
it's all right. Kind of used to it now.
I mean,
As soon as I get the tinglings, I'm like, I'm going to bed. Like I can't do it.
so you said at 4 or 5 you had another lot of surgeries.
Yeah,
Is it again for the same for your heart?
yeah. It's still for the heart. Yeah,
Is it because the first one didn't work properly, or is it just normal with this condition?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Because I'm one of the first people to actually be alive and be around with this type of heart condition.
Really?
Yeah, I think I'm like, if I was like 2 or 3 years older, I wouldn't be alive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
So yeah,
and how old are you now?
29 on Monday.
Yes,
Thank
happy
you.
early birthday.
Thank you.
Tell us a bit more about you growing up, if you don't mind.
Yeah, yeah.
If
of
there's
course,
anything
yeah.
else, like alongside obviously your health problems, which
Yeah.
seem to be an ongoing thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's never going to get better, is it?
Like,
So
how were your life growing up? How was your family?
difficult. I think. It was a very love-hate relationship with the whole family. Like
Okay.
we're quite a small family anyway.
Okay.
Especially when my dad kicks most of his family to touch as well. So it was just very insular, and
Like mom, dad, and siblings.
me and my brother.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think like the animosity between my dad's side of the family is like when I was first born, and his mum came over to see me, and they just looked at me and went, "Oh, she's ginger," and I was like, "Oh, okay." Like
So you're
that's your granddaughter, but okay, fine. And then they didn't want me to get the surgery in where I have it, like in between my chest. They wanted it somewhere more ladylike.
at 6 years old.
6
Sorry,
days.
sorry, 6 days old. Sorry,
Yeah.
6 days old. They were
Yeah.
saying, "Don't do the surgery here on the baby girl. It's
Yeah.
not ladylike."
It's not ladylike. Imagine what she would look like in the future.
Sorry, it's not funny. It's
It
just-
is funny.
you
Like
gotta-
you got to laugh
yeah,
at ya.
you do.
But yeah.
And how about your mum's side?
My mum's, she was a very strong-willed woman, so she was very, like, her and my nan always butted heads. Like, they didn't really like each other, but
Her mum.
her mum,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Like, because there was basically two sides of the same coin. They're basically the same person, but just in different fonts. But my nan just didn't like the way she's treated me and my brother, and
Right.
it was just
And your brother, he's older or younger?
younger.
Oh, yeah, so you said you were the first. And by how much?
He's 27.
Oh, so
So
2
he's
years
2 years,
younger.
yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so you're close siblings.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
in age anyway.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we are quite close. As in, again, it's trauma bonding, isn't it? Like, it's like we're the only people that know what we've been through, so it's just like,
No, fair enough.
yeah. So
And so your brother, he was born healthy?
yeah, completely fine.
Was he born ginger?
Yeah.
Oh. How was it to evolve in your family?
It's been awkward because my mum was very ill as well. My mum had MS. She died a couple of years ago, the week before Christmas. So that was fun.
I'm sorry, but I might seem very uneducated, but
it's
what's
okay.
MS?
It's multiple sclerosis, and basically it is where the messages from your brain don't go to the rest of your body. It's like a thing with the spinal cords.
Oh,
So like
So
she
she's-
can think like, oh my god, I need to move, I need to get up, I need to
right.
do this, but
so
her
she's got
body
all
won't
her
let her.
head, but she can't.
Yeah,
The body doesn't respond.
yeah.
Okay, got
so
you.
like,
Got you.
so from like the chest down, she couldn't move anything, and we were helping her.
And
Right.
I suppose it's something that gets worse with time.
Yeah,
Sounds like
yeah.
it. Okay,
yeah,
and it did.
yeah. I mean, bless her. So we found out my mum had MS.
Mm-hmm.
My nan had a stroke, and my granddad died all in the same year, and I was 6 years old, 7 years old. It was a bad year, but
It's a lot of trauma for a 6-year-old.
yeah, I guess I didn't really process it that well, and then I think I was 10 when I was like, oh, this is bad. Okay, that's not good. But I was told off for being emotional.
At 6 years old.
Well, a few years later when I actually processed it and was old enough to realise like what's actually happened. I think I was about 9, 10, and just no. I'm like, oh, okay.
So it was emotionally kind of repressed.
Yeah. That's definitely cropped up
Mm.
a fair few ways. But my mum used to not have bragging rights, but she used to be like, "Oh, well, I'm sicker than you, so it's fine."
To you.
Yeah, and I was like, I can see that. I know I'm helping you. I was basically your carer. Like, I know you're sicker than me, but I still can't do a lot of things as well. So you can't keep on one-upping me. Like, you need to just chill out for a bit. I am trying to help you still. So it was just a bit
That's
on edge.
That's very
yeah.
interesting dynamic for a parent to want to compare to their child.
Yeah.
A bit like their, I don't know, not friends, but like on the same level.
Yeah.
It's an interesting dynamic.
It was a very weird dynamic.
And what would you say were things you couldn't do because of your condition,
Oh, like I
or even now?
yeah, well now because I had my last ever like my last surgery was when I was 20, so it was nearly 10 years ago. But my chest is still broken, so I can't lift heavy things. I can't move around as much. Like if I fall over, it's gone.
Like turtle.
Yeah, yeah, basically.
Good enough.
Which is annoying. But like when I was younger, I couldn't do as much activities as other people because, well, I didn't know it at the time, but I had less oxygen flowing around my body. So
Right, of
I'd
course.
be, and even now, I'm really tired really quickly. It just wipes me out. So it's kind of like a balancing act.
No, I understand.
Yeah.
And I suppose it was the same when you were younger as well.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Me and my brother, we really liked acting and dancing and singing, so we went to all the clubs and stuff. And then my mum was just told, "Oh, they're really good. Here's my card," and it was like a little manager, and we did like photo shoots and stuff, and it was mental, and like it was a bit like Hannah Montana, you know, when you normal girl going to school and then after school she's going
Touring
around
the
different
world.
places. Yeah, it was a bit like doing all these like auditions and photo shoots and stuff. It was really
And how
weird.
old were you?
12? Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
Very.
definitely not a normal life for a 12-year-old.
No, but but we enjoyed it.
Of course.
But then my brother started doing it, and then it became like a really weird like dynamic then because even though me and my brother weren't having this pushing this agenda of like, oh well, I'm beating you
Like
with
a
this. Like,
competition.
yeah, it was like a competition. But it was between my mum and us, like trying to push us to be like, well, he got this or she got this, so you need to do this.
How do you think that? How did you feel about that? How did that affect you? You think?
Well, me and my brother didn't speak for ages when we were younger. 'Cause even though we lived on the same house, like, we just always thought that, oh, they must hate me, so I'm not going to talk to them because they think they're better than me.
Oh, right. So
Yeah.
you thought your brother thought he was better than you and didn't like you, and vice versa.
Yeah. And it was all a family dynamic, and it wasn't nice. It wasn't
No,
nice at all.
no, and it was the mother and your
My dad,
father as
yeah.
well. That's kind of.
Push that through.
And did you? I don't know. Were you both successful?
Yeah. I mean, we got a few auditions. Like, I was in a few adverts, and so was my brother. Like, we're both in adverts and stuff. We're both technically cast as like professional child actors, but it was just a lot. And then I stopped it during my GCSEs, and which, like, just to prioritize like my own education and stuff. And it also got to the point where it was really toxic. They were telling a 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old really skinny blonde ginger girl to lose weight, and I was only 6 stone at the time. And
I don't know what 16 means, but
I
I feel
was
like it's not
really,
much.
really skinny.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it was just really weird.
And your brother, would you say he, like you two were like quote unquote same success, same level of success? You reckon?
Yeah, I mean, I think he had a little bit more, which is fair enough. Like, it was.
I'm just wondering because of the fact that you say your parents kind of like made yourself be competitive against each other. So
Yeah.
I'm just wondering how you felt that actually unfolded with, looking back on it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's still happening now because my brother's in the same industry because he thought it was easy to get into.
Okay.
Because he saw me do it, so oh yeah, well it's easy 'cause she can do it, I can do it too, and it was just
And so what are you doing and what is he doing now then?
so he's more freelance now, and like he just does it as and when, where
Okay.
I'm more of a permanent position to where
In
I
the
am.
industry, in
Yeah.
the
But it was just because he really loves science, so I never knew why he didn't get into a science academic.
engineering or
Yeah,
biochemistry,
something,
whatever.
yeah. So especially, but then it was also my parents who pushed the narrative. Is like, well, he saw you do that, and he thinks you're dumb, so he can do that. Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it's just not nice. But what can you do? It's
Okay.
done now.
No, that's very interesting.
Yeah, he might not even think that. That's the thing. Like, haven't really thought to ask him because I don't want to hear his answer.
That's
Yeah.
fair. It's interesting because it's clearly you clearly get along with your brother, from what I
Yeah.
gather,
Yeah,
but there's
yeah.
still scars from the past.
But it wasn't caused by him at all.
Yeah, no,
So-
neither you.
No, no, exactly. So
So you kind of just both of you still living through this.
yeah, I guess we've just got to ride the wave, really.
Can you tell us either how your heart condition has evolved?
Yeah. um, yeah. So basically, as I said earlier, I had another load of heart surgery when I was 20 years old.
Yes.
Um,
So it was the third time?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, open heart. I've had like so basically when I started university, I noticed that I was really, really tired and like really pale, just everything would just wipe me out. And I mentioned it to my parents and they're like, well, you're just going out, you're 18, you're partying, you're drinking, you're doing this, you're doing that. So that's why. And I was like, no, I know my body. Something's not right here. Like,
It really feels like they kind of missed you at some point.
yeah,
you know?
yeah.
But, yeah.
And then that's when she'd be like, well, I'm sicker than you, so I know better. Like, it was weird. And then, so then when I finally had because at the time I was seeing my doctors every 2 years, because they were like, oh, you're better, quote unquote, now than what you were when you were younger, so I'll see you every 2 years. So when my 2-year checkup came through, they were like, oh no, something needs to be done.
Okay.
So basically, where they did an arterial switch when I was 6 days old, my main left artery wasn't getting any blood, and the artery was thinner than a piece of string.
An artery, which is like the big one.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And it had a blood clot in it. So they tried to do stents to widen it, but even the baby stent was too big.
I don't know what's a stent, sorry.
So basically, it's like a little plastic tube,
Okay.
and then they do like in your groin area. There's like a little vein.
Okay,
that
yes.
They
Yeah.
put something in there, so like they tube it all the way up and try to widen your artery with it.
Okay.
But yeah, mine was too small, and they said that it would have ripped, and I would have just died. Yeah. So
Wow, I'm learning so much.
there you go.
Keep going.
And then so that was in the July, and then in the November they said you're on the waiting list for open heart surgery because you won't live till Christmas.
And sorry,
Yeah.
what year was that?
Yeah, so I was still in uni. I was in my second or third year of uni. Oh, it would have been my third year of uni. So I guess 9 years ago. So 2016.
Okay, so at the 2 years prior, you were like something's wrong,
Yeah, at the start of university.
and nothing happened.
I was just getting worse and worse. I was just getting
Yeah, but
tired and
sorry,
tired.
nobody took care of you.
No.
And then it's at the checkup they were like, okay, something's wrong.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Luckily. And then yeah, so that was I had this. They tried this in July, and then as they told me end of October, beginning of November, like, oh, you're on the waiting list for open heart surgery, and they were telling me the stuff that they were going to do in the surgery, and so basically what they did in the end, so they used one of the veins from a mammary gland.
So I don't know what's a memory.
Breast.
Okay.
Breast vein.
Oh, mammary.
Yeah,
Yes.
mammary.
You said memory. I was
Oh,
like,
it could be memory. You never
brain.
know. But
Okay.
yeah, so mammary gland, and then they use that as the actual artery. So I've still got my left artery is closed up completely now, but the other vein is now the new artery. And I also found out that when they flipped over the arteries over when I was younger, a little bit of my heart hasn't grown, but it's still moving.
Uh-huh.
So I've got my main heart and then like the tiny bit of my heart next to it, and they're like beating at different times, which is weird.
So,
yeah.
so your heart is 2 hearts.
Technically, yeah.
And one of your artery is a vein.
Yeah. And
It's very a patchwork heart.
yeah, exactly. I call myself Frankenstein's monster all the time. Especially but
I wouldn't say that, but you can
it's
say
all right,
for
I do, it's
yourself, I
fine.
suppose.
Yeah, and then and then I think a week after, or a couple of days after that meeting, that they told me what was going on. My mum got the phone call, not me. I was at university, and they were like, Megan needs the surgery now. She's coming in on Friday.
Okay.
Because we were supposed to be a couple of months waiting this,
Right,
but they bumped me up right to the top.
Great.
Which is great. But she didn't tell me first. She told my dad. And she was like, I don't want her to do it. But my dad's like, she has to do it. Otherwise, she's not going to be around anymore. Like, come on.
No.
Bless her. I think she was very nervous. She was more nervous than me because as soon as she phoned me up, I was like, just do it. Just do it. I don't care anymore. Just fix me. It was just...
Especially if you know that you're going to, long term, it's going to be only positive.
Yeah.
I just
exactly.
understand that, open heart surgery, any surgery, but especially I feel like open heart surgery, there's so many risks. So I understand the fear.
Yeah. I think
But...
for me, I was just like, I was so ill and I was so tired. I just wanted it done. And I was like, I don't care what the risks are. Like, that's it. But it was really weird because you had like doctors coming up and like checking my, like, obviously checking my chest, making sure that I knew what was going on, blah, blah, blah. And looking at my scar, like, oh, that's a really old scar. Oh, we don't use that technique anymore. I was like, oh, God, what's going on here? Like, okay, fine, thank you. I guess,
Thank you.
like, I'm ancient, thank you for that. But it's, yeah, and he, like, thank God for the NHS. Like, oh my God. But they're incredible. But
I'm glad you had a good experience.
I mean, the tube, because I've got like 3 little crosses here as well, like where they had like to put like tubes, like basically to like make sure that any stuff was coming out and all that type of stuff. And they were like, it was like basically the same as like a garden hose size. And they was just like in the hospital. I remember this vividly. I was high on morphine, trying to eat a banana. And then they were like, no, you need to put that down. We're going to take these tubes out of you. And they was like, breathe in, breathe out, and pull. And it was the most horrific feeling I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
Was that painful?
Horrible. And they were like, yeah, she pressed some morphine. It was fine. It was not touching the sides because it was just such a long hose. I mean, they need to do it, but it was horrible. It was bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it went fun. And then, like, the complications with... I fell over when I fell down, like, I dropped something in the shower and I fell over a couple of months after surgery.
Oh, no.
And then my chest, that's supposed to be like this, like connected, is now just... one went out further than the other.
Okay.
And now they're just rubbing against each other and it's not fixed.
Sorry, you mean the bone?
The chest bone, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So your chest bones are...
Broken. Yeah, they're separate.
And rubbing.
Yeah.
It sounds painful.
It is.
Okay, it is painful.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I've mentioned it so many times, but people are just like, oh no, you'll be fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
And...
or otherwise I'd have to have another load of open heart surgery to get it re-stapled. Because technically I'm stapled.
But
yeah.
But the heart and the rib cage are different, though.
No, the breast... no, so it's like the breastbone here, so in the middle.
Oh, so it's not the rib cage?
No, it's not the rib
sorry,
cage. No, so it's...
Okay, breastbone.
Yeah, because obviously they've got a...
I think I understand. I'm not very good with
it's all right.
science and medicine. I feel like... But, okay, all right.
It's only because I've
because
got it, you know what I mean? Otherwise I wouldn't know either, yeah.
Okay, so you've had your first open heart surgery at 6 days old.
Yeah.
Then you were, said, 4, 5?
Yeah, about that.
And then the third one was when you were in your 20s?
Yeah.
And no more so far?
Touch wood. Oh my God, please. I know it will happen in the future.
Why would you know?
I think because it's still... I'm basically like that little... Not a puppet, so to speak, but I'm there... I'm
guinea pig?
Yeah, the guinea pig. Yeah, it's just because they don't know what's going to go on in the future with my type of heart condition.
Right, okay. So, like you never know...
They don't know.
What's going to... Okay.
But yeah, they don't know a lot of stuff, and it's really weird seeing doctors when you're going into having like talking to your like consultant and stuff, and they're like, oh, we've got a junior doctor here, can they join in? I'm like, yeah, of course, like always welcome to like walk in.
It's like they bring you at university for a class.
Yeah,
it's like, this is Megan.
Hello,
Megan.
Yeah, and there was one time my nan was outside the room, and the junior doctor walked out and he was like, oh, it's incredible. I wrote my dissertation on your granddaughter. And I was like, oh, that's really weird. That is...
I don't know if I feel flattered or scared.
It's really weird. And I was just like, oh, okay, thank you. Like, But
Wow.
yeah,
So would you know how many other people?
no clue,
No.
no clue,
Yeah.
no
No.
clue.
Okay. You just know that it's low statistics.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that's crazy. And
Yeah.
so, right now with your heart, how are you? How do you feel? How?
I mean, apart from the broken chest bone, apart from that, it's going all right. They gave me an MRI a couple of months ago. They gave me the all clear and all that type of
Good.
stuff.
I'm
So
happy to hear that at least.
cute. Yeah, I found that out in April. But I still need to see them next April. So I'm like, you know what? That's fine. At least
Okay.
they're keeping an eye on me. That's the main thing.
And
But
so you still have the broken chest bone?
Yep.
Yes. Do you like how is it day to day? Do you feel it?
yeah, every day. It's painful every day.
Do you feel it right now?
Yeah.
Is it very painful?
Yeah. Like, well, it's the broken bone. Like,
Is it every time you breathe?
yeah. Well, cough, sneeze, and
Right.
yeah,
Sure.
yeah, laugh.
Do you have medicine or
Well, they said just basic over-the-counter medicine.
ibuprofen?
Yeah, all that type of stuff. Paracetamol, but
It doesn't.
no, I just don't, and I don't really want to take paracetamol for the rest of my life.
Oh no, that's
so-
the thing, because then you build tolerance. And
Yeah,
what's the point?
exactly. So
Oh, okay.
I just deal with it. Really, it's just, but
So you're
not-
just kind of in pain from time to time every day, and you just live with it.
yeah.
Kudos to you.
Thank you.
I would be interested to hear more about the dynamic with your mother growing up.
yeah.
I would be very interested because it seems like such a, it's not common
No.
that a mother and her daughter are like in competition for illness.
Yeah, it's,
You know what I mean?
It's weird. It's a weird. Yeah, it was.
If you're okay, I would love to
yeah,
hear a bit
no,
more
of
about that.
course. Yeah, I mean,
So you learned your mother had MS,
quite young when I was 6 years
Yes,
old.
okay. And did she like get worse quickly, or how did that?
No, it was very slow. She only died 3 years ago this December. So it was a long time coming type of thing. It was just a very slow process, and it just, but other factors like really like hammered it home, I think, especially at the end. That I can't really go too much into detail.
That's
'cause it's-
fine. You speak
yeah.
just whatever you want.
But it was just very much like, like I don't know. It was like I remember her taking, because she used to have like injection medications. I can't remember what they're called. I don't know what for, but I remember specifically like she had to put them in her belly or in her leg and stuff, and she'd be like, "Oh, I bet you're glad you don't have to do this." And I was like, "Well, obviously, yeah." Like, I'm not gonna lie, but
But I'm
also
not
you're my
happy-
mum. Like, I'm gonna be upset that
I'm not happy you're doing it either.
yeah, exactly. It's not a competition. Like, but then it turned around when I came out of surgery, and like
Which one? Sorry.
my last one,
Oh,
when I was 20. Sorry, I should
No,
have.
it's fine.
And it was weird. It was the room was very hot, to be fair. So she had a relapse where she was doing fine. She can get in her electric wheelchair and stuff, and then when she overheats, so it happens with like any type of heat. Like she just can't move her hands, can't do anything, and then she blamed me, but then
Sorry,
for,
why did you?
for her relapse,
Why?
for visiting me because I was ill.
Oh, we were in the hospital room.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, she blamed me for that. But then when I tried to mention it again, she was like, "I never did that." But her MS also made her say nasty things and made her forget what she says. So it was weird.
So it did impact not just the body but the mind. as
mind,
well.
yeah.
I didn't know. Okay. Okay.
So she'll repeat things over and over and over again.
Like
but-
a compulsion. almost.
Yeah. But like, say, yeah, you're having a normal conversation and then we'll start the conversation all over again. Yeah.
And she would say nasty things, like mean stuff. A bit like someone who had what is it, like when you have I know the name in French, not in English. When it's a stroke, and then sometimes when people have strokes and they can like be
yeah.
mean or
Yeah.
more than normal.
Yeah.
So is it a bit similar?
It was, very similar to that. And no matter who we told her, like, oh, well, give her a bit of leeway, she's ill. And I get it, but also, it's not a nice.
It's a very grey area.
Yeah.
Because it's like, of course she's ill, but don't be a dick.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But
it's very interesting.
Yeah, it wasn't nice, but like especially as like because my dad was working, my brother was just doing whatever he wanted, essentially, and I'd actually use my holiday to like once a month I'd have like a couple of days or like a long weekend where I'd actually go home and like be her carer, but I'd use all my holiday up for that.
For her?
Yeah, for her. And then the first time I didn't use my holiday up for her, she got really mad at me. And it was yeah.
And it's not like the same expectations were on your brother either.
No. I was very much like she was definitely harder on me than my brother. I'm not saying that my brother didn't have a bad time, because of course he did, like with same parents and all that. But they definitely took the brunt on me, I think, a lot more than they did on him. I think because especially I was the first one. They kind of want to...
And how do you think that made you feel, like, during that time? What were you going through?
Well, at the time, I was jealous of Ewan. Because...
Your brother?
Yeah, I was jealous of him a little bit, because I was like, oh, you get to just sit in your room all day, listen to YouTube or whatever. And
we all want to do that.
Yeah, I know. Like, and then living at home, like, you have a weekend job and you don't have to pay rent, or you pay like £100 a month.
He had it easy.
He had it easy, and then I was travelling to and fro to make sure that my mum was being fed. She was actually getting bathed. She was like looking after the house, washing the windows, everything, like cooking. And
your father didn't do that?
He was when he wasn't at work, but because he worked at a train station at the time, he was doing really weird hours and long hours.
I understand. Okay.
So, especially when he was doing morning shifts, so he'd have to get up at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. So then I'd get up at 6 to make sure that the carers were coming in at 6:30. And then,
so she did have help with other people coming in?
Only to dress her
okay,
and put her in the shower.
Okay.
The rest was...
Yeah, so there was still a lot of things that she needed help with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, it was tough, and I was just a bit like, why? I mean, of course I'm going to do it, like, that's my mum, but also it was just a lot. And then I was working 12-hour shifts, days and nights as well at the same time, so it's just a bit like, where I was working, my mum used to brag, but then also sort of embellish what kind of job I was doing as well, just to be like, oh, well, she's doing this, she's working for this, she's working for them, and it's like, well, I'm not. Like, calm down, it's okay. Like, I'm posting it on social media, it's like, I don't want this, like, just leave it alone for a second. Thank you for being proud of me, but also
this is a lot.
Chill, it's chill a little bit. It's okay. Like, you can't say you're proud of me on social media 1 minute and the next minute you're calling me like a lazy dickhead. Like,
you can swear.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I don't mind if you swear personally.
But yeah.
Okay.
So
it's a very interesting dynamic that seems very hard on you for sure.
Yeah.
And would you be okay to go a bit into how? So your mum passed 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you though.
And would you be okay to talk a bit more about, how that happened and how that made you feel? Because I feel like you knew it was going to happen eventually.
Yeah. I mean, she wasn't eating a lot, and she was very, very skinny. Like, she was a bigger woman like me, and then she was just skin and bone very quickly. Basically, something happened and there wasn't any electricity in the house. So my mum had an electric wheelchair that couldn't be charged. She had an electric bed that she couldn't get out of. She had a hoist that she couldn't get into because it was electric.
Sorry, what's a hoist?
It's basically something that lifts someone out of a bed
or a chair.
Okay,
I see what you mean. Okay.
And the shower was electric. So she couldn't wash, she couldn't bathe.
Nothing was working.
She had a bed sore on her that was infected from years of...
Well, staying still.
Yeah. And obviously needed to be washed and stuff, but it couldn't be washed. My parents phoned the provider. My dad phoned the provider on his phone. He had to charge his phone in his car. and phoned the provider, and they said, well, she should be in a home anyway. And I was like, well, how? And my dad was like, how are we going to get her into this home if we can't even get her out of bed? And it was her 50th birthday, and she was really, really ill, like came down with a fever but was shivering. And it took the paramedics 7 hours to get her into the ambulance.
Because she couldn't move and nothing electric was
nothing,
working.
Yeah. And yes, that was her 50th birthday, and she never came out of hospital. So, and it was a week before Christmas, so I already had her Christmas present. She hadn't opened her birthday presents. So it was horrible coming in the day that she dies, because I followed, me and my partner followed my dad back to his house. My nan and my uncle, my mum's brother, older brother, went back to my nan's. My brother was with his partner, so who was like lived near the hospital, so my brother went back to his. And just walking in and seeing like the 50 balloons and all the presents just scattered around that's never been used. It was horrible.
It's like a horror film scene, you know? Like the eeriness.
Yeah, it was horrible.
I'm sorry to hear that.
It's all right. It's happened now.
No, I know, but thank you for sharing as well.
Yeah, thank you. And it's tough, especially when, again, it's a similar dynamic to my mum and my nan, like her mum. It's like me and my mum are two sides of the same coin. So we bicker all the time. So that's why we had like a really strained dynamic, so to speak. And so did her and her mum. So it's kind of just patterned, really, which is interesting. Yeah.
It is. And so I guess now, how do you feel about the way your mom was behaving? Do you think it's because she had some issues?
Oh, 100. I think.
And like, do you feel like, do you still hold a grudge, or do you feel more compassionate? You know,
I don't feel a grudge. Younger, definitely. Like
when she was still with us.
Yeah. But now, especially looking back as getting older as well, like she was also only in her early 20s when she had me as well. So she was also young, like
baby.
Yeah, exactly. So now I mean, I can't have kids anyway because of my heart condition, but I've always vowed that I would never want to be like that. So if I ever adopt or foster, I would never want to treat anyone like that, how I've been treated. And it's always been a worry of like, oh, would I end up like her? Would I repeat it again? And that's always been a really like, oh, I don't like that. I'm just gonna ignore that. That's fine. But
is it biological or is it cultural? You know, it's like,
who knows? It could be a bit of both. You never know.
Exactly. So I understand
but I definitely.
I'm no sorry. How do you feel like? Do you understand where your mom was coming from, or do you understand what she could have felt? Or why she behaved the way she did. Not to validate how she behaved, but understand.
No. I know she was really ill at the end of the day. Like, it's a nasty
illness
thing. It's a nasty thing that she had. And I understand that it affects your brain and it affects, like, all the neurosystems and stuff. So I completely understand that. I understand that she couldn't... She wasn't one who was to think before she spoke. She always just blurted out whatever what came out, and then that was it. And it was always her way or the highway, or like her way or no way. Essentially, it was just very. But I guess, especially growing up, like understanding her a bit more, especially now she's gone, and I can't talk to her about this, and I wish I did. But again, it would have been difficult to bring up because then she would have been like, "Oh no, I was great to you," like, which. She was great to me in some ways, but in other ways, absolute arsehole. So it's just pick and choose your battles, really. Mm-hmm.
So where you're at now is you feel at peace.
Yeah, I feel.
You don't feel like there is something, how do I put this, that you still don't understand about her?
No, I feel like I understand her quite well, and it's. I mean, we're still dealing with the ramifications of some of the stuff that she said. Whether it's true or not is another thing, but it's just weird because especially when I old colleagues or like friends come up to me and be like, "Oh gosh, you really look like your mum," and it's kind of bittersweet because I'm like, I wish I didn't, but also that's really nice. So it's just a bit of a balancing act, really.
Obviously, your mum was ill for a long time.
Yep.
So how did you feel yourself when she passed?
Yeah, it was a horrible sense of relief, but also sadness. Like it's a strange one because you've looked after someone for so long, or you knew they were ill for so long. You feel horribly guilty for feeling like that, but at least you know that they're not in pain anymore, and and I'm gonna say like is someone who we both know's mum died really recently as well, and she had a long-term illness, and it's weird seeing the similarities between how they both died and but also the differences. And I was having this horrible conversation with my partner the other day, and I was like, God, I wish my mum had that or had that access, but then my mum had a more peaceful end. She had more people with her and stuff. So it's kind of like a little twisted thing to think, but
It's kind of morbid,
yeah,
but at the same time, it's human.
Yeah, exactly. And it's just like, oh, thank God she actually passed away like that. I like it. I just felt horrible for saying that, but I'm glad we were all there. Like it was an early like Saturday morning, and we got a phone call at 6 o'clock. I was asleep because we stayed there till 11 o'clock the night before in the hospital, and I was going to stay there, but my dad said no, you'll get a migraine. Go home. I was like, okay, fair enough, okay.
Are you upset with yourself that you didn't stay, or do you not think you would?
No, because it was like she waited for us to come and see her in the morning, and then like 20 minutes later she passed away. So, so it was like she was waiting for everyone to just
So was
join
she
up.
awake?
No, well, yeah,
Was she
ish.
in a coma?
No, she wasn't in a coma. So basically, even the nurses don't know what happened. 1 minute she was fine, talking, chatting. She was in the hospital because of the energy company stuff, and like couldn't move, and she got sepsis again.
It's an infection of the
yeah,
blood, right?
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It was the infection from the bed sore.
Right.
And yeah, so she got sepsis again. She had it a few times before, and MRSA. Bloody hell! How? Yeah, and COVID. I was like, how are you here? Like, what's going on? And then next minute she just closed her eyes, and then like they did a bit of like apparently they resuscitated her a little bit, but my dad's saying that, my nan's saying no, they didn't. So I wasn't there. I don't know. And then. Yeah, but I was like seeing her every day. Like I was even bringing my laptop to her bedside and like working next to her. People at work didn't know. Like they only I found out 2 days beforehand that, oh, by the way, I'm doing this. And it was just So they gave her a side room, and the last time I saw her open her eyes was when the doctor pulled me and my dad aside next to her, said she's dying. She opened her eyes, really scared, and then closed her eyes again. And then she just never opened her eyes. We tried to make it as comfortable as possible. Like, I remember, like, when it was that morning, I was like, my nan was stroking her hair, and we were like, stop stroking her fucking hair, she's not a dog. Like, leave her alone, just... But, again, that is her daughter. Like, of course she's gonna... But, yeah, but I was just making sure that I know she was still conscious until the end. So I was like trying to do stories like, oh, remember when you did this, or remember when you used to. My mum and my nan loved Smarties, but my nan would always eat the blue Smarties. So what my mum used to do, she used to suck the blue like colouring of the Smarties and put them back in the Smarties tube, and like just so my nan would.
Funny for no reason.
I know, but it was just silly things like that, just talking, like and then. It was that exact story that she died to, which is a bit weird. At least it was peaceful, but then they lost her body for a month. So it was I guess it wasn't that peaceful. So because it was over the holidays, she was in the morgue, and my mum didn't want a funeral. She was like, it's a waste of money, just cremate me. And this is a direct quote from her. She was like, "Take me to Pompeii and throw me in with the other ashy bastards." Ashy bastards, and then yeah. I was like, right, okay. We haven't done that yet. I don't think it's
legal.
Yeah, I don't think it's allowed. But yeah, but that was that. Yeah, that was the type of woman she was. She was like, she wanted to be put in a little firework and be let off in like a really inappropriate moment. Like that's what she was. But yeah, so we were told by the cremation people that she was with them, and then a month went by and we hadn't had her ashes yet, and we're like, whoa,
what's happening with
what's
her?
happening? She was still in the morgue. The morgue people thought that they let her go, but they hadn't. They actually let someone else go, and I was like, oh my god,
steak. I don't.
Yeah,
okay.
for a month.
That's crazy.
For a month, we lost our mum, and I was like, wow, okay, this is weird, but yeah, okay, right. What do you do? I guess
you gotta laugh about it after.
Yeah, I mean, if you don't laugh, you cry, don't you? Right. So yeah, but.
And are you okay to go into like the aftermath then?
Oh yeah. God. Yeah.
So this happened. You lost her body.
Yeah,
you
lost her body. Yeah.
Did the little ceremony, I suppose, even though she didn't want one.
No. So basically, she's in a box in my nan's living room. She was with my dad, but then something's happened, and he's now very angry with the fact that he was with her. It's a weird thing now. Like he's like,
do you feel comfortable talking about that?
Yeah, I think I can say some bits, but I can't say other bits because it's still ongoing.
No, that's fair.
But yeah, I think it's very like my mum was talking, and then one minute it was fine, and then the next minute she mentioned how she cheated on my dad, but then doesn't remember. Yeah, but
sorry, when did she say that?
A year or so before she died, and
this is turning into like a TV reality.
I know. keeping up with Megan. Yeah,
Megan.
Hi. Yeah. So like a year before she died, or like a year or two.
I don't remember with who as well.
Yeah. And so basically, she didn't realise that my dad was in the other room and I can overhear because my mum was getting her hair cut because the hairdresser comes to my family home. So my dad was in the other room. She's like, oh yeah, by the way, I cheated on my husband, blah, blah, blah. Didn't realise that my dad could hear. And then my dad walked in the room and was like, what did you say? And then she started giggling. Oh, nothing. But it turns out it might not have actually been my dad that she cheated on. She told me when she was high on her medication, her pain medication, that it was two boyfriends who were best friends that she cheated on each other with. So
Queen.
My dad's icon, I know. So she might have said it as like, oh, her husband thinks of her brain, but he never actually spoke to her about it. So now that she's gone and he hasn't got closure, he's getting very, very angry and basically like put her ashes on the floor, like in the living room. And we were like,
because of that.
At the moment he's just angry that he was with her. But
sorry,
yeah,
with her like throughout his life, you mean, as a
well,
partner?
they were together 30 years, well, nearly 30 years. Like 26, so 26 years, which is
that's a lifelong relationship.
It's my whole lifetime.
Yeah.
So he bought her a little rocking chair to overlook the garden, like, and put her ashes on the rocking chairs, like, oh, that's really nice. And then suddenly he just got really angry, popped her ashes on the floor and just... So my nan's got them now. They're safe. She's going to put them in urns and give one to you and my brother and like one to me and like one for her. But she's like, oh, I've had your mum for 6 months and he's lying, pretending that the ashes are still in his home. Even though they're not.
But who is he lying to?
Me.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, God.
What do you feel about this situation?
I'm kind of over it now. I at the time I was angry. I was like, you're lying to me. Why? And it was the past Mother's Day. We put some of my mum. Well, backtrack. Like when my mum died, like we took some of her ashes, and there's a park that we used to go to. And we could pick up conkers and like because conkers are great for like getting rid of spiders and stuff. So
I've heard.
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay.
So she was like, I want to spend like my afterlife of you picking conkers up. So it's really cute. So we put our ashes around this tree that we normally go to, and then we go there during the summers for picnics or like picking up conkers or whatever. And we normally go there, lay some flowers on the tree, and then skedaddle. Like, because it's a park at the end of the day. It's a bit weird if you just cry by a tree. But
you can have your crush however you want.
It's fine. Yeah. So this past Mother's Day, my brother and I was going to the park, and we're like, and my dad asked, "Oh, what are you doing this Mother's Day?" And my brother went, we're going to the park, we're going to see Mum, like, as you do, like the ash tree, I guess. But, and they was like, no, but she's here, why do you even bother? I'm like, oh, okay, right. Like, a couple of months ago, you were holding her box of ashes and, like, not wanting them to be ash, and now you're just like, well, why are you even bothering doing this? And you're like, that's a very quick 180. It's very quick. But I was like,
do you think this is your father going through his grief? And
no, because he's already done that. I had to stop my own grieving process to make sure that he was okay. He used to phone me 4 or 5 times a day, every day. And it got to the point where it was affecting mine and my partner's relationship, because it's like whenever we were trying to watch something, do something, go out or do anything, my dad would always be there, whether it's phoning or he'd want to come, because I don't know, like,
you don't want to be alone.
yeah, but he had my brother living with him, but like, yeah, so I had to stop my grieving process very, very early on, like nip it in the bud to basically help my dad go through it. And now that he's gone through it, he's now just ignoring me, stop texting me, stop calling me. He only calls me when he wants something, and I'm like, oh, okay. Like, it's literally happened overnight, and I was like, oh, I feel like I've been dumped by my own dad. What the fuck's going on? This is weird. Like, this is weird.
What's your relationship right now with your dad? Then do you not talk?
Not really. Like, I saw him Sunday because he called me out of the blue for the first time in months. I haven't spoken to him in ages, and he was like, oh, I'm going up to a garden centre with my new missus. Haven't been together long, a couple of months. And he was like, oh, do you want to come and meet us for breakfast? And I was like, oh my God, yeah, okay, like, that'd be really nice. Me and my partner will come, and like we can actually try and get to know your missus a little bit more, because I've only met her 3 times. Like, it'd be really nice. And then it turns out he only invited us so he could ask us about our wedding planning, and how he's not going to walk me down the aisle anymore because he's going to walk her down the aisle. Yeah, we found that out on Sunday. That was fun.
Sorry,
and asked us in front of her, so we couldn't say no. We had to be like, well, we're over people anyway, so like we have to move stuff around. And they're like,
sorry, you need to backtrack things.
Yeah. She's recently widowed. Her now ex-husband, or ex-husband, I don't know.
Dead ex-husband?
Yeah, dead ex. Died in January
this year.
Yeah, and they got together in February.
Yes.
So it's been very intense, very fast, and he wants her to make a stepmother of the bride speech. Yeah,
but
and
she never behaved like a stepmother.
I've only met her 4 times.
Right. It really feels like your father is going through a lot.
Yeah, and he won't let me in, and whenever I do, he'll just get snappy and shout. And now her kids are the same age bracket, or like at the same age gap as me and my brother were. So her kid is just turning 18, so her youngest would just 16.
Right, okay.
So it's like he's reliving that little family moment again with a new family, and it's just a bit of a weird ground to break. And we all joke like, oh yeah, it's like the Brady Bunch. He's got his own family now. Like but the first time I met one of the kids, they were already calling my dad dad, and like skipping and sitting on his lap and giving him massive hugs.
16 years old.
Nearly 18. yeah, it was a weird dynamic, and they were taking selfies with the three of them, and me and my partner were just standing there like, oh, okay, I guess we're not involved, and didn't invite us to his Mrs. 50th birthday either, and then asked us on the day if we could come, but we made a point. We're like, well, no, we're not your afterthought. It's very
situation.
Again, it's very awkward. It's very strange, and it's just like. The only reason he was going to walk me down the aisle was because that's what he wanted to do. So I was like, okay, fine. I mean, I'll walk myself down. I wanted to walk myself down the aisle anyway, but like, yeah. But I was like, but it was like, I want to walk this lovely woman down the aisle.
Sorry, I don't understand why he wants to walk his girlfriend down the aisle. I don't understand. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
But how can you walk your girlfriend down the aisle?
Because
that's what I don't understand.
Because we're doing like a parents walk-in. So like, Dave's dad and stepmum, my nan and his nan would have walked down the aisle.
Okay.
With their own little tunes and stuff. We thought it'd be really cute just to honour them.
I understand.
And he was like, no, I want to do that with this lovely woman by my side. And it was just like, oh, okay.
So, sorry, he wants to walk down the aisle with your aisle?
Yeah.
But holding her?
Yeah.
This is odd.
Yeah. And that's the only reason why he invited us to breakfast. Because he wanted to make sure that her and her kids were invited to the wedding.
Right.
And the thing is, the annoying thing is that we were going to actually tell him in a couple of weeks' time, like, oh, by the way, your missus and her kids can't come to the full wedding, but they can come to the evening. And now it's like, oh, we've got to do this to either keep the peace or I'm not going to have my dad there. And then I'm just going to have... And I've got a small family anyway. Like, I've only got 13 people in my family. So...
Yeah, and it's your wedding, I guess.
Yeah, I know,
like
but...
It's already money, it's all preparations.
Yeah, it's just...
It's kind of pushing a lot of things on you.
Yeah, and it's not needed, man. But it will get it sorted. We've still got a year.
What do you think is going through your dad's head right now?
I think this might be his way of, like, healing past trauma for him. It's like, oh, because, again, it's very weird. He's got an older daughter, a younger son. It was very similar dynamic to me and my brother at that age as well. Like, they're quite close, but not. And the younger son is quite ill. So instead of the older daughter being ill, it's the younger son. So it feels like he's trying to...
Like by proxy.
Yeah, yeah. And then, like, it just ignores us. Or once in a blue moon when he's alone and be like, oh, I miss and love you. And I'm like... Well, it's only because like your missus isn't there. That's it. That's what it feels like. Might not be the case, but it just makes things really.
That's how it makes you feel.
Yeah, it makes things awkward, and it's just not gonna be fun for the next little bit. So,
do you think that? Obviously, you don't know, but do you think this is a relationship that is gonna last, or do you think it's more of a trauma rebound kind of thing?
A bit of both, okay. Maybe. They're either, it's going to be like a trauma thing and that's what they've brought them together, but it's either going to, like, because it's been very fast, very quick, so I don't know whether it's just going to crash and burn because it's gone 5,000 miles an hour very quickly. Like, he's already asked her to move in with him and the kids. So...
And you said they've been together for...
6 months.
I suppose it's quite early.
Yeah, so I think it's either going to be like... They're either going to stay together for a long, long time or it's going to crash and burn really quickly, and I'm not too sure where it's standing at the moment. So it's really awkward.
And it's not like you wish for either.
No, of course. At the end of the day, I want my dad to be happy. Oh my God, obviously. But it's just... You could be happy but not regress back to a 17-year-old trying to hide your relationship and then have a secret family. It's just a bit weird.
Once your mum passed, your dad was always calling you and and that you had to put your grief on pause.
Yeah.
That's what you said. How do you feel about that now?
Angry, but I don't know whether it's anger towards him or towards myself. Okay. I feel like I had to look after one parent for so long, and then suddenly they're not in the picture anymore, and then I've had to look after another parent, but in a different way. So, I mean, I did it because they're my parents, but also
Also, who's looking after Megan?
yeah, like my partner can only do so much. My family can only do so much. My friends can only do so much. Like it's got to be me that deals with it, and I know that, and I think I'm just more annoyed at myself for not at the
Letting
same
it
time.
happen.
But yeah, but also I think it would have been too much if I didn't pause it and not looked after him and like was looking after him at the same time. I think it would have been a lot. And I mean, we had a major argument last year as well about over my mum's will, and that was a whole vibe. Yeah, basically my nan wanted extra copies of the will just in case. And then my dad threatened us and saying, "You're not my children. You don't believe me, X, Y, and Z." All because we wanted a copy for ourselves, just in case anything happened to Dad, or if he moves or whatever, just make sure everything's all fine. And then it's just, he called me up at work, and I started crying at work because he was saying horrible things to me.
Oh God, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's like, oh, and I had to go home because I was just could not stop because it's like, I even went to him, I can't lose another parent. I've just lost one. You're making me lose another. No, sorry, like, and he still blames me and my nan to this day, even though I done nothing wrong. Well, I wasn't even involved. I was only
Well,
told
no,
about
you
it.
you were just trying to do quote unquote the right thing.
My nan was like, "Oh, like it just makes sense because I don't live at home. She lives nearby, so if we have like two spares, just in case if my dad moves or something happens,
Like
loses
it's
it."
like he thought there was something malicious behind it, but there
Yeah,
wasn't.
but it wasn't. We tried to tell him, and it was just 2 weeks that argument lasted. It was horrible. It was horrible.
Do you think you have anything else would be interesting to share concerning this, concerning your mother, and either the before or the after?
I mean, especially with grieving, like even though you have people surrounding you and like loved ones surrounding you and like people who are there for you, still feel so alone. And it's really weird and it's really hard and you feel like you have to put on this like stiff upper lip type of stuff. But it's just, I just wish I cried more. I wish I actually I didn't take any time off. I was still working through the Christmas period after my mum died, and I wish I took that time off to actually just process. But at the time I was like, well, what's the point? I'm just going to be upset anyway, so I might as well get paid for it. But
this is so post-capitalist. Like,
I know.
Okay.
But I was like, I could either just cry on the sofa or just cry on the sofa with a laptop on. But then I just made loads of mistakes, and it just almost cost me my job. And I was like, oh shit, I'm not okay. And
have you taken time?
no.
Do you think you have done a lot of grieving, or do you think there's still a lot to be done?
I think there's a bit of both. I feel like there's still a lot to process, but I feel like I've done a lot since then. I mean, it's been a few years now, so
Sure, but I feel like it's something. I mean, again, I don't know. I'm very lucky to not have lived something
Yeah.
like that, but I feel like sometimes you just, like you said, I can either just be at home on the sofa crying or be at home on the sofa crying with the laptop.
yeah,
The thing is, when you've got the laptop, your mind is focused on your work.
yeah. I think it was just a distraction type of thing.
I feel like you need to be alone on the sofa, crying, thinking about all this shit that's happened.
Yeah,
I don't know if you think you have done that.
Yeah, I think I have. I think, like, especially getting married and stuff, like, realising that someone's not going to be there. Or, like, a couple of people aren't going to be there for, like, your big moments. Like, luckily she was there from when we moved in together. But, bless her, she thought we were in a flat and we live in a house. So, because she could only see the downstairs. And she was asking, oh, where do you sleep? And I'm like, upstairs. And it's like, oh, like, bless her. Like, but, like, I know, it's really sweet. But, like, even just silly things like getting our cat, like she wasn't there for that. I like just getting engaged, getting married, or like just silly life things. It's like,
it's not silly life things, it's milestones.
No, but like also silly life things of like, I saw this recipe on TikTok. Oh, I'm gonna send it to her. Oh wait, no, fuck, I can't. She can't fucking cook that. Well, she couldn't do it anyway. But like,
that's so fascinating because it's something I can't comprehend. And again, I'm happy about it. But it's like, of course, these people are never leaving you, your mind. So you think of a TikTok recipe and you're like, oh, mom would love that. Oh, wait, I can't send it to her.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's
I never thought of this.
Still, even now, I'm just like, oh, shit, yeah, no. Or like, I see it's a really weird thing. So on Instagram, they've got a thing like, oh, this person's like this. Or like this come up on your For You page and these people have like followed these people. And I've been seeing my mum's Instagram, like profile on these stuff. And I was like, how she followed this? Like, she's dead. Like, what the fuck? What? Like, it's just obviously she'd done it before, but like,
of course, but this is eerie.
It's just very much like, like it's just really weird, and I can't get rid of certain social media because I like when I feel a bit pants. I like going back and seeing all the stupid shit that she wrote. It's kind of like, oh, okay, like. But even though we had a strained relationship, you still have... It's like a push and pull effect. It's like... You care, you love them. Like, you do anything for them, but also they have hurt you at the same time. So it's a bit of a weird dynamic. But now that's all gone. You're like... Oh, like, we weren't that different. And it's just still... Like, obviously, I wouldn't be nasty to people. But again, like, that was a medical thing. She couldn't entirely help it. There was some things that she could have been nicer about, but I think it's just
I understand.
Bit of a push and pull thing, I think.
Yeah, it's very like I said earlier, very grey area.
Yeah.
And some days you're gonna feel very dark grey, some days you're gonna feel very light grey.
Yeah, 100, yeah.
I've already a bit asked that, but do you think there's a lot left to be done for you to grieve? Is there anything you think right now that you still need at all?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like, especially with planning and stuff, I feel like I want to like honour her a little bit with like all the different planning. I want her to be a part of something, even if it's a photo or like...
Or your wedding,
something.
maybe?
Yeah, just something. But I feel like everyone grieves at their own rate. Everyone grieves at their own way, and it's hard because nothing's ever no one's the same. Nothing's going to be the same after something like that happens. Like whether it's like a pet or a loved one or a friend or whatever, like or your neighbour who gives you cookies sometimes. Like it's a weird process. And everyone sees death different ways, and I wish I was a religious woman so then I could be like, oh, they actually have an afterlife, they're fine. But I'm not, and I'm like, okay, well, like, there she is. Like that's it's kind of like it's final, but it's not final because so many things have been left unanswered, undone. So many questions haven't been asked, and it's for everyone though. So I guess it's just actually trying to tell yourself like, oh no, I can't anymore. I can't ask. I can't do that. And that's okay. Like, just actually need to remind yourself constantly, I think. But yeah.
I understand. It's like you'll never have closure, but you still have to find closure.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that's what funerals are for. I think that's a massive, like when my mum didn't have a funeral, we had a wake a year and a bit later. But that's because I really pushed for this wake, because I was like, this is what mum wanted. She wanted friends and family to come round, have a little chat about stuff. Like me and my partner put like her favourite music on like on Spotify and stuff, and then just started chatting.
Yeah, like
and that was really nice. Yeah, just celebrating her, because it's so final, but also that was still a person. So it's just actually talking about them and not the end.
No, I understand. Yeah. I mean, this is why humans have started burying their dead, is because humans need the ritual.
Yeah, they need the closure.
Exactly. Yeah. The physical ritual does something in the brain that's like, okay, this is we're moving
final.
on now.
Yeah, it's the end of it. Yeah.
No, I understand. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I had another little question. It was more because there's two parts here.
Okay,
Your
okay,
heart
that's
and
fine.
your mom kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
But I was wondering, with your heart condition, like what emotions do you go through knowing that you're always going to have that? And if I understood well, you never really know what's going to happen next, but probably you will need more help and probably it will get worse.
Yeah, I mean, I've had it since I was born, so I've never really I know it's never going to get better. I know it's always going to get worse, and it's probably will end up killing me at some point down the line. But I think it's just in my brain. It's like, oh, well, I've just always had it, so I just got to do what I've got to do. This is the cards I've been dealt with. I'm so lucky to be alive right now. So to be able to reach 29, I'd be like, oh shit, like.
You don't have it yet, be careful. I'm just 2 days or something.
A few days. It's a few days. It'll be fine. But
yeah.
But also anything could happen. I'm always grateful for getting older, and I've always been, well, I could just be hit by a bus tomorrow, so
Yeah, sure.
I might as well just go to those gigs, get those tattoos, just meet all the people that you want to do. Like, fuck it. What's the point?
And so what's next for you then?
Well, apart from getting married and stuff. No, I think I'm just very much, I just want to travel. I just want to see as many places as I can while I can, type of thing. Why not? Like, I love trying new things, seeing new places.
I mean, and you are you considered like disabled at all?
It's a weird area. Some say yes, some say it's a health condition. So it's a bit of a grey area.
Right, okay.
Because it's never going to get any better. It's never going to go away. Yeah. It's always going to be a thing. But
you're very mobile.
I can
walk.
I can walk. I can't run, but that's probably because of my big boobs. But but it's
We'll take it.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, I can't lift heavy things,
right.
or and some days are worse than others, like most illnesses are. But I guess some people class it as a disability, some people class it as a health condition.
Right.
I'm just me.
I don't think I have any more questions.
There you go.
You've shared so much. Thank you very much.
I'm sorry.
What are you saying sorry? I said thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great rest of your life. I hope you don't die soon.
Fingers crossed.
I hope Megan's heart will last for a long time.
Please. All right. Thank you for having me.
No worries. Have a good one.
Thank you.